I'd like to come out here and tell you that I've always been the recipe for success. You know, that girl that's no fun and games, seriously motivated. Or the girl that's always in the library. Or the girl that has the willpower to say no to sweets. As you can tell, that's not me. I was more like the girl that usually forgets to separate her whites from her colors during laundry. And I was the girl that played too aggressively in her intramural flag football game and got a stage 3 concussion, which my roommate so graciously documented for me. Thank you. So I always had this vision of myself coming into college. If I could paint a picture, I guess it looks something like this. You know, I was the girl that wanted to be that fabulous journalist in Manhattan with Starbucks in one hand, notepad in the other, wearing those heels that all the girls are jealous of. But now I realize that wouldn't have worked anyway because I stink at walking in heels. So my freshman year, I come into college really eager to get my feet wet, and I see an internship in Disney World. So I took it. The idea of being able to ride Space Mountain before I could clock into work was really attractive to me. But when I was there, I discovered the Make-A-Wish Foundation that grants wishes to kids with life-threatening illnesses. So when I came back to school my sophomore year, I took an internship with them. And there was one girl in particular, a 4-year-old named Renee with brain cancer. And her wish was to go to Disney World to meet Sleeping Beauty. Now, a week before her wish, her cancer took a bad turn, and the doctor sent her home, saying that she could have her last week, maybe 2, with her family. So I arrived on her doorstep, dressed as Sleeping Beauty, and made her wish come true that day. A week later, I got a phone call from her mom telling me that Renee had passed away, but that she was at peace with her daughter's passing because she knew that she got everything she ever wanted, to meet Sleeping Beauty. So this is when I had my moment. This is when everything changed for me. I thought I had everything figured out, and then I realized I knew nothing. It took one phone call to do that. We have these moments in our life that completely wipe clear everything we thought we knew. Maybe you go to Subway, you order the same thing every time. I'll have a number 7 with mayo. And then one day they're out of mayo, and you try pesto, and it completely rocks your world, and your whole sandwich view has now changed. Or maybe you always go after the same guy, you know, the bad boy, the one that texts but never calls. And then you go on a blind date with a guy that brings you flowers. And everything you thought you knew about relationships and what you wanted has now changed. And that's what happened for me in that 1-minute phone call. Everything that I thought I knew was completely wiped clean because I realized what it truly meant to help someone without anything in return. And I realized that I could take action in my own way. I found that girls love to wear headbands when they lose their hair to chemotherapy. Therefore, I founded Headbands of Hope. For every headband purchased, 1 is given to a girl with cancer, and $1 is donated to the St. Baldrick's Foundation. One of the biggest mistakes that I made starting this was that I hid the fact that I was in college. Why? Look around us. Everywhere you look, it's bashing the millennial generation. I mean, why are they always on their phones? Why are they always on Facebook? What is that thing called twerking that they talk about? But I realized that some of these accusations and stereotypes of millennials are actually some of our biggest strengths. So yes, we're always socially connected. When social media came in and changed our ways of communication, while everyone else was complaining about it, we were right there embracing it. We suddenly realized that our views, our opinions, our ideas, our recipes could now be shared. We could start something, we could create something, and make important things go viral, like selfies, right? Okay, maybe not important things all the time, but you get what I'm saying. We became the first true global citizens. We weren't bound to what we can see right outside of our door. We could see further than that. And not only can we see, we can act. So Generation Y? How about Generation Y not? So when I got the idea for Headbands of Hope, I didn't want to just let it pass me by. I wanted to act in true millennial fashion and do something about it. So I spent my whole junior year creating it. And if you've ever had that moment where you just want to turn in a paper and you're done, that's exactly how I was feeling on 8 a.m., April 25th, 2012. Everything I had been working on, my website was about to go live, I could kick back, relax, and watch the world change. At 8:30, I got my first order from my mom. And then at 9:45, I got my second order from my grandpa, how he had previously called me to figure out how to work the website. Grandpa, add to cart, add to cart. So this was a game changer for me. Maybe blame the trophy phenomenon on millennials that I thought my business was going to be a hit from the start. But something I did do is that I didn't give up. And I realized that failures are indications that I'm on the right path. It means I'm doing something. In fact, I've learned so much that if I'm not failing at something, I'm not trying hard enough. Think back, Jerry Seinfeld was booed off of his first comedy act. Marilyn Monroe cut from her record with Columbia Pictures. Dr. Seuss rejected from 27 different publishers, and Walt Disney fired from his first job at a newspaper. Think if these people had just given up. Yes, maybe I wasn't at my vision that I had created. Maybe I wasn't there. I'm not in Manhattan. I'm not a journalist, and the only reason why I'm wearing heels is because I have flats in my bag right over there. But yet I'm feeling more fulfilled than ever. So how did I get from point A to point B? Where was the turning point? What happened? And that's when I realized it came from finding purpose. It came from seeing how someone can act and change a life. And that was what I needed. I didn't need a 9-to-5 job. I needed an answer as to why I wake up every morning. We have all of these awareness days, awareness months, national days. Actually, did you know that today is National Cheese Fondue Day? I'm serious. And we put National Days of Cancer and National Days of Cheese Fondue. That's a little strange to me. But I love cheese fondue, I just don't think it makes sense. We have this word awareness. We use it so lightly. Every October, pink ripples across the nation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But do people know that September goes gold for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month? Now, I'm not downplaying the importance of breast cancer research. What I'm saying is that if we treat causes like a brand or a requirement, we're missing it. It's like eating the appetizer and missing the meal and the dessert. And those who know me know that I will never miss a meal. And so what can we do? Yes, I am aware that 46 parents every day will be told their child has cancer, but I don't make a t-shirt about it or like a post on Facebook or share it if I'm feeling crazy. We have to focus on what steps are we going to take. We need to stop identifying the areas of need and start looking at how we can fix them. These awareness days are overused. They don't have meaning anymore. And awareness is just skimming the surface of change. I'm really glad that schools and churches and sororities are encouraging philanthropy, but when you put it as a requirement, it really skews our perception of what philanthropy really means. And I want to give you an example about that. In July, we always do this show for Headbands of Hope, this big trade show. It's a huge investment, and so I get really hyped up about it and really nervous, and it was the first show that we were doing. I had ordered these tags to come along on the headbands for the show. It's one day before the show. The tags were supposed to be there 3 days ago, and they're not there. And I am on the phone with this tag company saying words I will not repeat in this room. But rewind. A week before, I'm at UNC Children's Hospital and I meet a girl named Taylor. She picks out this awesome purple and green headband, and we even dyed the hair that she had left on the top of her head into a little mohawk to match. She taught me how to play guitar, and we had a great day together. So I'm on the phone with this tag company, and then I get a call waiting, and it's Taylor's mom. And she had called me to tell me that Taylor had passed away and that she wanted those same purple and green headbands for every female in her family to wear to her service the next day. Let that sink in for a second. If you felt the hairs on your arms stand up or maybe your heart beat a little bit faster, that's philanthropy. That's what taking action should feel like. It should feel like a moment where the problems that you thought you had aren't even problems at all. Maybe you got a parking ticket that day. Maybe you didn't do so well on a test that you really studied for. Or maybe you put the wrong kind of detergent into the washing machine, which I've done way too many times to admit right here. But we have these moments where we lose it, where we don't realize how good we have it. And it's what taking action does, is wipes that clean. Wipes everything that we thought we knew. Because we realize what's important. We realize that one person can make a change. And we don't even need to think about it on a large scale. We don't need the numbers, the statistics. We need one moment, we need one person that we know we're making a difference. We have these moments in our lives that make us question everything. Maybe it's a sandwich. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's an internship for me. And it makes us think everything we thought we knew is now wrong. But here's the catch. It's not about those moments. It's about that 30-second window after. It's about that split decision of if we're going to act or not. Are we going to stand here and continue our lives like we are? Or are we going to take this 30-second window and choose to do something about it? Your timer starts now. Thank you.